Happy Monday, scholars. I am so excited to continue. I'm already going to start over. Happy Monday, scholars. I am so excited to continue our virtual learning and to be moving into some other topics that you might be really familiar with from the days where you were back inside the building. Last week, we talked a lot about grammar. We talked a lot about quotation marks and how to use them with correct punctuation and when we should use them. And then we also talked about capitalization, when we should capitalize the letter in a word or what words in a title we should capitalize. Today, we're going to be going back to something that you've already learned about in your info text classes. We're going to be talking about big idea questions and supporting detail questions, something that you've already learned. We're really going to be able to answer this question. What's the difference between a big idea question and a supporting detail question? We know that as good readers, when we're asked to read a text on a test, we read the text and then we have to answer questions. We know that if we can tell the difference between a big idea question and a supporting detail question, then we'll know exactly where we can go to find the answer. And the whole goal is to not only enjoy what we're reading, but we also want to get those questions right. So I'm hoping that after our lesson today, you'll have a much better understanding of what a big idea question is and what a supporting detail question is. Our agenda for today is a little bit different than what we've been doing. You're going to notice that there are more pages in your Google form, which means more videos. It doesn't necessarily mean that the videos are longer. I just wanted to break them up a little bit more clearly for you as you are working through this lesson today. So we're first going to start by listening to Mrs. Lardner read through a text called Dirty Money. After I've read through the text Dirty Money, you're going to answer one question and then click next, and then you'll be asked to identify the topic sentences of the paragraphs of the text that we just read. But don't worry, we'll go over all of that together while I read. So it's really important that you're watching these videos because I've got to give you the answer. And after we've read the text Dirty Money, we're actually going to go into our lesson and we're going to talk about the difference between a big idea question and a supporting detail question. We're together going to answer question 1, question 2, and question 3. And then after we've answered those 3 questions, you'll answer questions 4 and 5 on your own for independent practice and also your exit ticket. So that's what we're going to be grading as we're looking to see what you've completed. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read a text called Dirty Money. And unfortunately, this is not an article about the Kardashians, but it is a pretty interesting read about what happens to money when it gets too dirty in the United States. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Again, you do not have this document in your Google Classroom. Instead, I made this document so that you could listen to how I'm reading through the text, how I'm annotating for topic sentences, and annotating for the main idea. So while I'm reading through this, I want you to make sure that you are listening closely and paying attention to the sentences I say are the topic sentences, because those are going to be the questions on the next page. So it's really important that you're paying attention to what the topic sentences are so you get them all right. Got it. Okay, so we're going to read a text called Dirty Money. Let's get started. Have you ever looked at a dollar bill? Have you noticed how dirty some of them are? After time, paper money gets soiled. It cannot be used anymore. Some paper money gets so bad that it must be destroyed. But who would destroy money? What sentence in this paragraph is telling me what this paragraph is mostly about? Well, the sentence that I see here, some paper money gets so bad that it must be destroyed, is a sentence that lets me know what this paragraph is mostly about. It's telling me that sometimes the paper money gets so dirty that it has to be destroyed. Let's read to the next paragraph. How money gets dirty. Well, that seems to me to be a text feature. I see a header. I know that when I see a header for a text, it's going to let me know what the paragraph's going to be about. How money gets dirty? It's probably going to tell me how money gets dirty. Let's keep reading. Paper money is handled by over 1 million people. The hands it touches have grease, food, and many other things on them. Some people even write on money. This is against the law. Yet people use pens and pencils that make messy marks on bills. After years of touching, the dollar bill gets very soiled. What sentence is going to tell me what this paragraph was mostly about? Well, all of the sentences in this paragraph are really leading up to this point here, that after the money has been touched so much and handled so much, it gets very soiled or very dirty. This seems to be the topic sentence of this paragraph. Why some money smells. Money is often put in metal boxes. Sometimes it stays there for 10 to 20 years. When the boxes are opened, the smell of money is horrible. This money cannot be used anymore. It needs to be destroyed. Well, the header, Why Some Money Smells, tells me that this paragraph is going to be about why money is smelling. But really, every single one of these sentences is leading to this idea that the money cannot be used anymore and that it needs to be destroyed. That is the topic sentence. What happens to the dirty money? Well, the soiled or damaged money goes to a bank. The bankers trade it for cleaner money. Then they call the Federal Reserve Bank. This is the bank that gives banks their money. They take the dirty money and trade it for new bills. Then they take the dirtiest money to a place where it can be burned. This paragraph is about what is happening to the dirty money. But really, every single one of the sentences in this paragraph is supporting this idea that they're taking the dirty money and trading it for new bills. They have to have those new bills before they can go burn the rest of the money. Why new money is made? Do not worry. New money is printed that will replace the burned money. Old money does not stay around forever. It is much safer to use clean money. What is this paragraph mostly about? Well, this paragraph is mostly about the idea that new money is printed to replace the burned money. I know that as a good reader, I always want to try to figure out what the main idea of an informational text is. I can find the main idea by looking at the topic sentences that I've highlighted and seeing if there are any topic sentences that have repeated themselves throughout the text. The first thing that I'm seeing here is this idea that's, oh goodness, that some paper money is getting so dirty that it needs to be destroyed. I see this sentence here, some paper money gets so bad that it must be destroyed. After years of touching, it gets very soiled. It needs to be destroyed. A lot of these topic sentences are repeating this idea. The next thing that I see here is that I know that I might also have some other repeating ideas in the text. So I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about another idea that you had seen repeated throughout the text. And then you're going to be thinking about what that repeated topic sentence would be. Go ahead and take a second to think about the other repeated idea or the other repeated topic sentence that you see throughout the text. You should be thinking, stop staring at me. All right. The other repeated topic sentence that I got was this idea that dirty money is replaced. It's replaced, it seems like, by newer, crisper, cleaner bills that are given to them by the banks. So I've come up with two repeating ideas. Now what I need to do is I need to come up with a main idea of the text. What I'm thinking through here is I need to think of a way that I'm going to be able to combine take my repeating idea and turn it into a main idea. The first main idea of this text that I'm really thinking about is this idea that when money is getting really dirty, it has to be destroyed. I know that in the first 1, 2, 3 And even in the fourth paragraph, it's talking about that when the money is getting really dirty and we can't use it anymore, it needs to be destroyed. I also know that I might be able to make an argument for another main idea here. The second main idea that I'm thinking about is this idea that after the money is destroyed, it's being replaced by clean money. I'm learning a little bit about that in paragraph 4 and in paragraph 5. If I were going to make an argument here, though, I would say that my first main idea is really the main idea that's talking about what the text is mostly about. The second main idea is coming up with a little bit more information about the last couple of paragraphs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my first main idea in green because I feel like that's the main idea that is telling me what the entire text is mostly about. All right, y'all. So we've actually finished reading the text Dirty Money. And so now what you're going to go ahead and do is in your Google form, you're going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit and you're going to input the secret word. The secret word today is happy. So go ahead and write in the word happy and then click next. Once you click next, you'll go to the next page in this Google form and I will see you for our second video where we talk about topic sentences. See you there.